Okay, you're in Microsoft Excel and you want to group by year and month when using the PIVOTBY function. So you can see my example here. This is what we're going to create. I've got year, month, and then I've got the sum of the revenue achieved within each month and then a percent of calculation. So the percentages are the percent of the revenue achieved within a particular month within a particular year. So grouping by year is fairly simple, but grouping by month in calendar order is a little bit trickier. So let's see how this can be done. So your first step would be to put your data in a table. So if you select a cell, Control T on your keyboard, click on OK. I'm going to call this sales. And then I'm going to create my PIVOTBY formula over here in O1. So equals PIVOTBY row field. So I'm going to have two row field columns, year and then month. Now, because I've got two, I need to stack them. So I'm going to use hstack. So array 1, that's going to be year. So I can use the year function to extract the year from the date column within the sales table. And then my second column is going to be the month column. Now I could use the month function here, but that would just return the number of the month. I want to actually return the name of the month. So I'm going to use the text function to do that. So text has two arguments, value and then format text. So value is the date column. And the format of the text is 4ems. That will return the name of the month. And then I need to close the bracket for hstack. Now, col fields, I'm not going to have any column fields. Values, that's going to be the revenue column within the sales table. Comma, function. Now I want to perform two calculations here, sum and percentage of. So because it's 2, I've got to use hstack again. So the first array would be the sum calculation, and then the second array would be the percent of calculation. Comma. Field headers, I'm going to say no. Comma. Row total depth. Now I want grand and subtotals, comma. I'm not going to specify a row sort order, nor am I going to specify a col total depth or a col sort order or a filter. But then I am on to the last argument. You can't see this very well, but let me drag this over here. It's called relative to. And this relates to the percent of calculation. Now the calculation I want to perform is the month sales as a percentage of the year sales. So parent row total is what I want there. So I close the bracket on PIVOTBY, press enter, and it returns those calculations. Now it's pretty good, but I do have a problem with the month because it's been sorted alphabetically. So let's deal with that problem first, and then we'll deal with some of the formatting issues here. Now the way to sort these months properly is to actually return a date for each month. And I'm actually going to return the first of the month in each of these months that appear in column P. And the way I can do that is just to concatenate 1 with the result of the text formula. Now if I pressed enter, you can see I just get a text value, first of the month. But what I want to actually do is return a date, the first of the month in each instance. So I can do that by just multiplying it by 1. So I can say 1 times, and then I'd need to put this concatenation 1 and the text function within BODMAS brackets. And then if I press enter, you can see now I'm actually getting a number. So this is the serial number behind the dates that I'm now returning. So if I select that column and then apply the date format, you You can see what it's doing. It's just returning the first of the month for this particular year. It's returning this year because I haven't specified a year up here. But it doesn't matter what year is actually returned because I'm only interested in the month part of this date. So to show the month, what I do is I select that column again, Control 1 on my keyboard, go to Custom, and then in the type box, I just type those 4 M's again. Click on OK, and now I'm getting the month in calendar order. Now let's do a little bit of formatting on these other columns. So if I select Q, Control-Shift-4 to apply currency format, and for %of, Control-Shift-5 to apply percentage format. I might show a couple of decimal places there. Now I could do with formatting the total rows, so maybe they're bold with some shading behind them. So if I select that first row under the headings, Control-Shift-down arrow key, and I could keep going down, Control-Shift-down arrow key again, Control backspace, takes me back to the active cell. So I'm going to do this via conditional formatting. So I go to the conditional formatting button, new rule, use a formula to determine which cells to format. Now I'm writing a rule for the active cell, which is O2, and I'm going to use the count blank function, which counts the number of empty cells within a given range. So my range would be O2 to R2. Now, as this rule gets copied down the rest of the selected cells, I always want it to look in O to R, but I want the row numbers to change. So I'm going to take those dollars out in front of those numbers, then close the bracket for count blank, and I'm going to say, is the count equal to 1? And you can see why I'm doing that, because there's a blank cell in the month column if the row is a total row. So then I can go to my format button and have a grey background and bold font. Click on OK, click on OK, and I get those emboldened total rows. Now the column headings up here, I might as well just format manually. So I'll have black background and white text, and I'll make the text bold. Okay, that's all I wanted to cover in this particular video. Hopefully that's useful. If it is, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you next video.